Crocodiles are one of the deadliest creatures in the water, known for their sharp teeth and powerful bite. But what if I told you that one man didn't just meet a crocodile, he became its friend? Not as a pet, but something even stronger. Their bond lasted for years, something no one thought was possible. A wild beast that should have been dangerous became a part of his life. This is the story of a fisherman and his crocodile friend. The story begins in a quiet town called Bontang City, where a fisherman named Ambo lived. He was a simple man who spent most of his life on the water. Every morning, he set out in his small wooden boat, hoping to catch enough fish to take care of his family. His biggest motivation was his newborn son, Booty. Ambo wanted him to have a future beyond the struggles of a fisherman's life. Fishing was not easy. Ambo had to wake up before sunrise, prepare his bait, and guide his boat through the narrow river that led to the sea. The job was peaceful, but it needed patience, strength, and skill. He had spent years learning the best fishing spots and how to handle rough waters. Some days, he came home with a good catch. Other days, the sea gave him nothing. But no matter what, he never gave up, because his dreams for Booty were bigger than the ocean. One morning, Ambo set out as usual, preparing his bait and guiding his boat through the river. The sea was calm, and the sky was still dark. He loved being the first fisherman out. It meant he had the best spot. But Ambo didn't know that something was waiting for him, and his life was about to change forever. As Ambo settled in and prepared to cast his line, a sudden force nearly pulled him overboard. His fishing rod was yanked so hard that it flew from his hands and disappeared into the water. His boat rocked wildly as he struggled to stay upright. Heart pounding, he peered over the side and spotted a dark shadow moving beneath the surface. It wasn't a fish. It was something much bigger. Before he could react, a massive splash broke the silence. A green body shot out of the water, its jagged teeth glistening in the morning light. Ambo froze. It was a crocodile. He had seen crocodiles before, but never this far from the swamp. This one was young, about 3 feet long, but even at that size, it was still a threat. The creature thrashed, twisting and turning, but something was wrong. That's when Ambo saw it, a plastic bag stuck in its mouth. The crocodile snapped its jaws open and shut, desperate to get rid of it. But it was choking. Ambo knew he had to act fast. Without thinking, Ambo did something no fisherman would ever dare to do. He jumped into the water and grabbed the crocodile. The creature thrashed wildly, its powerful tail sending waves in every direction. They twisted and turned beneath the surface like a scene from a movie. The crocodile was strong, but Ambo had spent years pulling heavy nets and steering boats. He held on tight and, with one final yank, pulled the plastic bag from its mouth. For a moment, the crocodile just floated, staring at him. Then, without warning, it turned and disappeared into the water. Ambo climbed back into his boat, breathing hard. He had just wrestled a crocodile and won. The rest of the morning passed without trouble, and Ambo even caught some fish for dinner. It should have felt like a good day, but something kept bothering him. Fighting a crocodile wasn't something that happened every day, even for a fisherman. He packed up his things and started heading home, trying to shake off the strange feeling. The crocodile! Ambo's heart raced. His first instinct was to row faster, but the crocodile wasn't attacking. Instead, it swam beside his boat, nudging it gently, almost as if it was playing. Unsure of what to do, Ambo tossed it a fish. To his surprise, the crocodile ate it and kept following him, all the way home. When Ambo's wife saw the crocodile, she panicked. "Ambo, there's a crocodile right there!" she shouted. She grabbed Booty and stepped back, her eyes wide with fear. But Ambo stayed calm. He tossed the crocodile another fish, and to everyone's surprise, it gently took the food. For a moment, it almost felt like they were friends. Then, after swimming around for a while, the crocodile disappeared back into the river. Years passed, and Ambo often wondered if he would ever see it again. He had told his neighbors the story, but most didn't believe him. Then, one day, while Ambo was away on a fishing trip with Booty, his wife called him in shock. "Ambo, it's her! The crocodile is back, and she's looking for you." Since Ambo wasn't there, his wife hesitated at first, but seeing the crocodile waiting by the river, she decided to toss it a fish. To her surprise, the crocodile calmly ate and didn't act aggressive. Soon, some curious neighbors who had heard Ambo's story started feeding it too. The next day when Ambo returned, he was shocked to see the crocodile still there. He approached cautiously, unsure of what to expect. But instead of attacking, the crocodile remained still, as if waiting for him. That's when he realized something incredible. She had grown into a massive crocodile, stretching over 23 feet long. Yet, despite her size, she still recognized him. From that moment, Ambo gave her a name: Riska. She became a familiar sight near his home, often swimming up to his boat, waiting for food. But something else changed too. Ambo no longer saw her as a wild predator. She was a friend. Whenever she appeared, he made sure she was fed. If she didn't show up, he would go looking for her. Even when he traveled, he asked his neighbors to feed her. Riska was no longer just a crocodile. She was part of his life. Over the years, Booty grew close to Riska. He loved tossing her fish and watching her glide through the water. But more than that, Riska changed the way he saw the river. He remembered how she had once struggled to breathe because of a plastic bag. That memory stayed with him, and as he got older, he made it his mission to keep the river clean. He spent his free time picking up trash and convincing others to do the same. He even dreamed of one day becoming a leader who could make real changes to protect animals like Riska. Riska never stopped visiting. For the next 20 years, she returned again and again. Sometimes she would follow Ambo's boat all the way home, just like she had on that first day. When she had wounds from fights with other animals, Ambo treated them the best he could. Once, he even called a vet, but the vet refused to get near her. Instead, he handed Ambo medicine and told him what to do. People found it hard to believe that a wild crocodile could have a bond with a human. But Ambo and Riska proved them wrong. Their friendship lasted through the years, built on one moment of kindness. Even now, Ambo still watches the river, waiting for that familiar ripple in the water. Because no matter how much time passes, he knows Riska will always find her way back to him. Some friendships never fade.